in the kitchen. Hi, I love this.
Yay.
Okay, so you created a recipe with some of the ingredients that you found.
I did, and I kind of felt as though I had shot myself in the foot when I chose those 3 stores. And I was like, seafood and the cheese shop. All right, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Why is seafood and cheese such a no-no?
I think partially it's because seafood kind of sings on its own, and you don't want to do anything too heavy to take away from those beautiful flavors. But the great thing about shopping at these stores is the people will not laugh at you when you say, I'm cooking sea scallops with cheese, but they'll say, hey, these cheeses would go really great with that.
That is
instead.
cool. So you're doing the scallops with the cheese, and what do you want to show us first here?
Well, first of all, I want to show you guys how you would crust them. So that's how we're incorporating this really cool cheese that I bought. It's called Old Ford, and it's a very small batch cheese that's made in Britain by one lady, and you can only get it for a short while every year.
Okay,
so
that is
you're
like
preparing your
so
hands.
Cool. Yeah.
Marvelous.
Fun.
So we totally just have your run-of-the-mill breading station. We've got egg, bread and cheese.
We're gonna have to get some bigger gloves next time.
I found those in the kitchen over here. I'm surprised.
So this is just egg.
Yes.
And then this is...
And that's cheese, parsley, and panko breadcrumbs.
I'll just do it. Okay.
And the key to breading is you want to season each step.
Okay.
So season the scallops, season the eggs, and season the breadcrumbs. That way you'll have a nice, yummy flavor all across the board.
And that's seasoned with salt and pepper.
Seasoned with salt and pepper.
Okay, so these are ready to go?
Those are ready to go. And, dip.
Dip. Like
shake
all
off
over?
the excess,
Okay.
all coated everywhere.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay.
And then put it right in the center of that plate.
Okay.
And then I like to,
Yeah, I do this too.
snow all over the scallop.
And then it's like, oh, and you just make it
it's
so
like
happy.
a scallop nugget.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. It's great. Okay, and then it looks like that.
And then it looks like that.
Is that how you want it?
That is perfect.
Okay.
And so you would do that with all of the scallops.
I'll keep going.
And once they're completed, you put them in the fridge for about 30 minutes or longer.
What does that do?
It helps the breading stick to the scallop.
Oh, good.
So it doesn't fall off in the cooking process.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you put them in the broiler, and some people have broiler pans at home that they've never used, which is why I brought one for you to see. It's that weird pan with the deep bottom.
That like comes with the oven.
It comes with the oven, and it gets really dirty because when you do broil, the oils from the protein that you're cooking tend to drip off. So I recommend you line it with tin foil underneath, and then you put it really close to the flame. The broiler is cooking with real flame heat.
So what if you wanted to make this at a time when that special cheese wasn't available, or if you just couldn't get to St. Paul Cheese Shop to get it? What other cheese could you use?
I recommend Parmesan or Pecorino, something that has a good little bit of salt
like
to it and a little bit of bite.
Okay,
exactly.
That's great. Okay, look, voila!
Yeah, there you go. So you'd be ready to go, put them in the fridge, and then you'd line them up.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, great.
Fridge, okay.
And then you line them up on the broiler pan.
Got it.
And I would grease the broiler pan so that they don't stick when you're taking them off. And if you don't have a fish spatula, this is the handiest thing to get these off because it's very delicate. The metal on it's very soft, so you're not going to scrape off all of the breading.
Okay, super useful. So
How long do you cook those for?
3 minutes, 4 minutes tops.
I feel like whenever we try to make scallops, we overcook them.
Yeah, you guys.
When you're doing seafood, it's so easy to overcook.
It really is, and scallops are so delicate and gentle, and you can eat them raw, so you really don't need to cook them all the way. But at 3 minutes, you're going to get a nice opaque center, and they're going to be sweet and delicious and not dry.
Cool. Okay, tell us about this risotto that you're making with orzo, not rice.
Orzotto is what I'm coining it.
That's awesome.
And the orzo is made with the olive oil that I bought at Bill's Imported Foods instead of butter.
Yep.
And I chose that so that this is not competing with that cheese that's in the scallops.
Oh, good.
And there are shallots in here. And then since we're using English cheese, I threw some peas in here, an homage to the Brits of sorts. And what I wanted you to see is that when you prepare orzo, you can prepare it like pasta. And simply boil it. But here I sat and I lovingly stirred it for about 30 minutes, and it made it nice and creamy as a risotto would be. So this is a great way, if you are dairy-free or something like that, to get that yummy sort of hearty creaminess that you might get in a cheesy dish.
That's great.
And then we finish it with brown butter, and I wanted you to see what brown butter looks like.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you can go overboard, and it has a nutty color to it. it. You could even get it a teensy bit browner, but you want to pour it out of the pot that you are melting it in so it doesn't burn while you're waiting to use it, because that's what we're going to finish the scallops with.
And so then you just drizzle a little bit of that nutty butter over the top?
Over the top and a squeeze of lemon juice, which is classic with all seafood.
So do we get to try this?
Please do.
Tig, this looks delicious.
I encourage you to do so.
Oh my gosh. I think this could be like my favorite thing of the day right here. This is looking really good.
Antigoni, thank you so much for this recipe, and a link to the stores that Antigoni went to. Go to TwinCitiesLive.com, click on food.
Oh man. Oh!
Don't forget to check out Tig's Restaurant Cafe 421 that is still open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, even with the construction.
Yeah, make sure you get over there.
We have a link to their website on TwinCitiesLive.com.
My wedding cake.
This is so
Did a
good.
great job. Yeah, this is amazing.